G'day, we're in Uralla and just pulled up the museum with all these motorbikes along here, and walking past Kendall here, and I noticed he had Chaplain written on his jacket, and it turns out he belongs to the Christian Motorbike Club, and they've just been on a ride too.
Bundaberg. Yeah.
So tell us your story, Kendall. What's the story of the long riders and the...
Well, the long riders came out of association with God Squad 30 years ago. Chapters started in Melbourne and Adelaide, and now we've grown to quite a few chapters. We've got probably around 250 members Australia-wide. We've got chapters in Melbourne, Adelaide, Murray Bridge. We've got 2 chapters around Newcastle and northern New South Wales. So we do a lot of travelling all over the countryside, really. We're always travelling, visiting brothers, going places, meeting people. We try and do a lot of outreach and ministry type stuff with men particularly in the motorcycle community.
Men just see a motorbike, they want to talk,
Yeah. And the motorbikes are great. I always say that it's just awesome that God's called us to ride motorbikes and do what we love.
Yeah.
But we run biker churches and Bible studies, men's groups.
Actually, the last time I ran into the God Squad, there were 3 guys up at Port Macquarie, and they were there to help run a funeral for the leader of one of the big bike gangs, and they'd been invited to be the chaplains.
Yeah.
It was a big funeral.
And we get quite a lot of it.
Yeah.
Padre of our chapter, who's a funeral director, he gets
really?
to do a lot of funerals for different clubs, and you know, as a part of his career.
Yeah. And you were telling us part of the story going up to Bundaberg was that there's a number of important things happened there, and one of them's right here in front of us.
Yeah, well, part of what we went up there for, that they have what's called Crossroads Biker Church in Bundaberg. 4th Sunday of the month, if you're ever up there, but there's a few clubs involved in that. So Wombat, come over here, mate.
Otherwise known as Jacob.
So Wombat's been hanging around us for a little while.
Well, get the mic closer.
And he's, well, you tell us a little bit about your story, mate, and how you come connected with long riders.
So at the start of the year, I had a bit of a life turnaround. I had a massive motorcycle accident, and I was on the drugs beforehand, but I decided...
Not a good combination.
No, it was not at all. And that's when I decided that I needed to change, a big change. I found my Heavenly Father, thank God. He obviously pointed me into the way of the long riders. And ever since I've been a part of the long riders, my life has just gone uphill completely, not downhill like it was, you know. And while we were up in Bundaberg, the fellas actually baptised me, my own decision.
Right.
It was a good decision to make, and I'm glad that it happened.
Yeah. And why did you do that?
Why? I was living a bit of guilt from the past, and I needed to be cleansed. I needed to clear all that off. I didn't need it in my head anymore.
His motorbike started up in the background. They're noisy, aren't they?
You're going to get that around us.
Makes it sound authentic.
Yeah, and so that's when I decided that time to clear it all off. Not need that anymore.
Yep.
That guilt can go. And ever since then, well, I'm 3 days old today, as I say.
Wow.
And it's just a beautiful thing. It's a massive blessing to have, you know, the fellas do that for me, and for me to make that decision.
It's great to hear, because this is we're just about 3-4 days away from Easter, or maybe a week and a bit.
Yeah.
And that's the Easter story, isn't it? New beginnings.
Yes.
Jesus risen from the dead.
100%.
Gives you new life. Yeah. Thanks, Jacob. And
No
I think
worries.
Jacob, you know, with the limp you got there,
Yep.
was saying, well, that's Jacob's story too. He wrestled with God, but
Yes, I
God
had
changed his
a
life, eh?
big wrestle with God, and but it is what it is, and I'm proud of who I am now.
good on you. Yeah, bless you, mate. And just finishing, you, if people wanted to find out about the long riders? Can they? You got a
Yep,
web page?
we've got a web page. We've got a YouTube channel,
right?
which is really interesting. We do footage and
Yep.
stuff, all sorts of stuff from our runs, and Long Riders Australia, Long Riders New South Wales. There's web pages, there's Facebook pages. You can connect with us through Facebook, and like I said, the YouTube channels. If you like bikes, there's a lot of good stuff to look at on there.
Oh, that's good. There's some bikes who I know who do. Just finishing, we live in Dubbo, just up the road from the Rebels. Actually, they just live down the other end of our road.
Yeah.
But if you're ever coming through Dubbo, you're more than welcome to come and visit.
Right.
And if you ever wanted
awesome.
to do a run to Burke, I can organise it for you. That's my patch.
Right.
Yeah,
It
The
sounds
story.
good. It's all about the connections.
Absolutely. All part of the family, see, Jacob?
Yeah.